No, you haven't fallen asleep and woken up on a different day. It's me. Same shirt, same day. Just another video. I have a couple of things to say, so stand by. So, hello and welcome to another video from Keto A Go-Go. This is another in the series of videos in which we are discussing the benefits of fasting and why I think it's a vital tool in my fight against obesity and diabetes. I want to do this in short videos that don't go into great detail nor use complicated terminology. If you're enjoying them, please take the 1 second it requires to press the like button. And if you'd like to see the rest as I upload them, click on the subscribe button and the little bell, and then you'll receive a notification each time I release a video. Not a spammy email, just a notification whenever you log into YouTube that I've released another one. Anyway, to implement a cure, we're first going to need to understand how the disease has been allowed to develop, and to understand that, we're going to need to understand ourselves a little bit more. Stick around and I'll spill the beans. We eat to fuel our body, and some of what we eat is easier to convert into fuel than the rest. Carbohydrates, the sugars. Proteins and fats take much longer to digest and to metabolize. Put very basically, the carbs are metabolized according to our immediate energy needs, and the rest is stored for later. To fully digest a meal can take as long as 10 to 12 hours. And to fully deplete the stored energy from that meal can also take 12 hours. So why have we been brainwashed into eating every 3? The way the body works is to store energy in the liver, in the muscles, and then in adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is the fatty tissue that's just underneath the skin and in between your organs, which provides a little bit of shock absorption. Once the available glucose has been used up, the body is supposed to retrieve all this excess energy from the adipose tissue and from the liver to sustain it until we eat again. But we eat too often, and we eat meals consisting of way too many carbohydrates, which are the primary source of all that immediately available glucose. And there's an inexhaustible, constant supply of energy pouring into the system via our cake holes. The body will try to cope. It pumps out more insulin from the pancreas. Insulin is a fat storage hormone designed primarily to protect the blood from having too much sugar in it. Too much sugar in the blood makes the blood thicker and sticky and more difficult for the heart to push around the circulatory system. Eventually, it can't. So you die. Insulin is like a key. It unlocks a hatch in fat cells, and into that hatch it pours all of this energy in the form of triglycerides. A triglyceride is pretty much 3 strands of glucose held together with a bit of collagen. It's supposed to be stored temporarily, but the food keeps coming. And more to the point, much of that food is in the form of carbohydrates. The way your body works is to think that there must be a good reason why you're eating all this food. There must be an immediate need or an imminent need for all this sugar. So it processes it as quickly as it can, and the insulin does its job and stores it all in the fat cells, ready for the emergency. Only there is no emergency. It's just the way we've chosen to live, or the way that we've been encouraged to live. So the energy sits there in your fat cells. But says the body, maybe it's a long-term strategy. Rather than being an immediate need for all this energy, perhaps you've been eating all this food because there'll be a scarcity of food soon. So it stores it primarily in the liver and close to the liver, so as to be readily available to be converted back into energy when the famine happens. If you're a man, you generally get a big belly. And if you're a woman, a big ass. And if you're me, both. Eventually, the pancreas, which has the task of making all this insulin, begins to get clogged up with fat itself. And it begins to churn out some decidedly dodgy insulin. And to make it worse, Fat cells, which were designed to be filled and emptied frequently, are full to capacity and squashing your vital organs. Forget about the big belly and the big ass. That's just cosmetic. I'm talking about the fat between your organs and muscles, visceral fat, and it's causing you huge problems. I'll explain that in the next video. Thanks for watching.